And it captured the popular imagination. What did it do? It brought in money. And Ur was a dig that was sold brilliantly.
Speculation about the biblical flood caused a sensation. Even without solid proof, it was as if science and the Bible had united in the bleak desert of southern Iraq. Woolley would eventually unearth an indisputable treasure, a discovery that provided extraordinary insight into this earliest of civilizations, the royal tombs of Ur. Digging in the thick mud, Woolley uncovered 74 carefully arranged skeletons, all entombed at the same time. The burial told the shocking story of a king's final journey into the afterlife and of those who accompanied him.
And from this, he developed a remarkable story of a pre-dynastic royal funeral. And his story went something like this. First, they dug this big pit with a ramp up one side. In the pit, they erected a sepulchre of stone in which the body of the royal personage was placed. Then the entire court filed into the pit. Everybody lined up and stood there with little clay pots in their hands. And then at a signal, they all drank poison. Lay down and died. So the prince went to his grave accompanied by all his retainers. This has become one of the great discoveries, one of the great funeral accounts of archaeology in early history.
The discovery of the grave pits at Ur was a triumph of archaeology, revealing ancient secrets of the first civilization. But science alone can take us only so far. Where the trail ends, the Epic of Gilgamesh provides the final, tantalizing clues. Clues leading us back to a garden and a place some call paradise.
Ah, the Garden of Eden. In the beginning, God created the world. It's a familiar story. You get these sort of creation myths in almost every society on Earth. It's a very compelling longing of people for a better world. Gardens of Eden, paradises, are people's longing for a less complicated life, or a life of ease, or a reward for having worked so hard.
In the ancient Sumerian Epic of Gilgamesh, the name given to paradise is Dilmun.
It's a place beyond the edge of normal human habitation. That's how it features in the Sumerian flood myth. That's where the flood survivor goes to live. And there are other myths which feature Dilmun as a place where everything was perfect.
Dilmun figures in Mesopotamian legend as a sort of Garden of Eden, as a sort of paradise, a place of verdant green and abundant water and cool winds and breezes.
It is a place of wonder, a perfect place. Yet it is also home to a serpent. In the ancient epic, the snake steals away the flower that bestows immortality. And so, like Adam, Gilgamesh must leave the garden and die. The idea of paradise seems universal. But what is it based on? Was there ever really such a place? The clues point to an enchanted, yet very real location. 400 miles south of the ancient Sumerian city of Ur lies the island of Bahrain, a pivotal marketplace on the trade routes across the arid deserts and salt seas of Mesopotamia. Today, Bahrain is something less than paradise, but it was once lush. Once this island had abundant water and thus abundant life. Once, long ago, this was Dilmun. But was it paradise? By comparison to the surrounding desert, it would certainly have seemed so. There was so much water here that what is now a desert island bloomed. It was a garden bearing lush fruit. And there were people here who apparently led a blessed life. More than 85,000 burial mounds dot this landscape, probably the most in any one location in the ancient world. The ancient bones tell us these people were taller and healthier, and they lived longer than anyone else in the region. And in the burial mounds is one more astonishing clue: the remains of snakes, ritually embalmed at some lost moment more than 4,000 years ago. Here in Bahrain, we find the serpent, just as we found it in the Epic of Gilgamesh, and just as we found it in the Bible. Our journey back in time has crossed the lands where the Babylonians, the Assyrians, and the ancient Sumerians once walked the earth. Is it possible to venture even farther, to the land that conceals the very footsteps of Adam? Here faith and reason must part company. We now know there was once an island garden in Mesopotamia. We may choose to believe it was paradise.